you're ready.
So Scott, thank you so much for coming out here to the Lanarite Garden. You're in Chiang Mai, Thailand. You've been here for the weekend for a big tournament. Tell me about your experience so far.
So it's obviously amazing to be playing in Asia. I said last night at the award ceremony, I feel like a parent whose child is growing up. Since I've been with the sport since the beginning, and now I'm competing 8,000 miles away from the world's first course where I started. I looked it up this morning. And just to watch the game, I mean, it's not an American game. It's not a European game. It's a human game. And it's now reaching places that it wasn't reaching not that long ago. So just to see the sport here it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's growing a lot. We've seen particularly in Southeast Asia, Thailand. Now there's a couple courses in Chiang Mai, and then there's a few in Samui and other places in Thailand, other countries, and you're going to travel around Asia quite a bit coming up?
Yeah, I'm going to play a tournament in Cambodia. Then we're going to go to Japan to go chase the cherry blossoms. But then afterwards going to be going to hopefully China, and maybe cross the border into Mongolia if we can. And I got some things planned there, but I don't want to announce yet. But I got some big plans that I'm trying to put together in China.
Okay. And this is kind of more of a relaxing trip. You play quite a bit in the States, and then you kind of have a break where you feel like you can take the off season, come over to Asia, get away, kind of relax.
It's the off season. I mean, it's still my job.
Yeah.
I mean, and part of the job is, weird as it may sound, but in 2023, producing content, people following the travels matters. It matters to my brand, to my business. What I've learned is I could do the coolest thing ever, and it'll get 1/10 of the views that me throwing a good drive gets. I have a disc golf audience, so if I'm not doing disc golf stuff, people tend to tune out. They don't want to see vacation photos, apparently. So I'm definitely mixing up golf. I'm really enjoying the experience of getting to have new experiences too. As much fun as it is to play in the U.S., as much fun as the DGPT is, this is new. I mean, I don't get a lot of new. I've been playing 46 years, so not a lot of new, until now.
Right. And so you feel not just like it's relaxing and it's a great sort of change of pace of what you're used to, but you're also soaking in the cultures and feeling how the Thai people are and these other countries' cultures are, and that's got to have an effect on you too.
Yeah, I mean, we tend to. I'm going to offend an entire race here, but I'm kind of sick of white people. No, please don't cut that little clip out. I love my white homies. It's just I've been hanging out with y'all for 53 years. I just want new experiences.
Yeah. I
don't need to be around Westerners when we're in a foreign country. Kind of hard to avoid that in Australia and New Zealand, by the way. But no, I mean, we're here. I don't want to be where the tourists are. I don't want Western food. I don't want tourists, as much as we can. Last night, we found a part of town where there were no Westerners. We found a vendor selling some kind of street dessert. The day before, we found some restaurant in some neighborhood. When we were in Indonesia, we even stayed about an hour outside of Batam. There was no Westerners at our hotel, not one. We're the only ones. And then we would take the equivalent of a cab down there out to the country. We'd find a neighborhood. We'd be like, let us off here. We'd just go wander through neighborhoods. We had dinner with this family on their porch. We had these other people, they made us a cake. That's, to me, that's the experience we're looking for.
Right. No, I totally agree with that. When I first got to Thailand, the feeling of getting away from America, I can just say it was so totally surreal. It was like a weight had been lifted. There was a lot of pressure living in America, some of that competitive pressure. And then getting here, it felt like in Chiang Mai, it was much more slowed down. Have you kind of felt that, like a change of pace, a change of having to push yourself and just chilling out? Just kind of baked into the Asian cultures?
I don't know if it does. It doesn't feel as slowed down because as a foreigner, there's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're constantly having to figure out where you're going, how to get directions, how to do something, what does something cost. So it's a little bit less relaxing. Me and my girl, we don't really do relaxing very well. We tried when we were in Indonesia. We stayed at a resort, but it happened to be out at the beach. And they have these beach chairs out there, and we're like, well, we should probably do this at least once. Let's go sit by the beach. And I'm not exaggerating. We went and sat in these like beach chairs for like 5 minutes. We're like, are you bored? Yes, very. Let's call a cab and let's head to a village. Like, so I don't think I do relaxing very well. I just don't know if I've figured out. Maybe in like 10 years, I'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, you might have been through a lot of just pressure in your life to just keep persevering with the disc golf and with your brand now. There's always something going on, something to accomplish.
No, it's anxiety over like if I wake up tomorrow morning and if I wake up tomorrow morning and I don't like if I just like lay around like the hotel until noon, I'm like I just wasted a whole morning. I could have gone and done something. I just don't relax well. It's just not in my genetics, I think. Like I mean, I see people like they go on vacation and they're like, "What are you gonna do on vacation?" "Oh, I bought 3 books," and I'm like, "You could read at home." Like,
True.
like
well,
like,
so
this
part of the world has beautiful mountains and beautiful islands. I mean, it's notorious, it's famous for a long time for that. You think that mentality is there, that people are coming here, but they only come here for 2 weeks. Now we have the digital nomad era. We have people traveling all over the world and just becoming expats, staying in new places. So maybe if you're here for a longer period of time, you really get adjusted and can fully figure out how to relax. And maybe you have figured some ways.
Except except I can't imagine staying in a place for more than a couple days. I mean, like we don't have a home. We don't have a home base. We don't have a storage unit. We have nothing. We just travel, and we're always trying to get to the next experience. It's almost like this pathological. Like I mean, I'm sure if you like put me in like an MRI and scan my brain, you would see like one part of my brain either like overfiring or not firing at all because like. But both of us, we're just like we want to get to the next town. Even when we do like we went out into the rainforest of Malaysia. And we were about an hour east of Malacca, but we were like deep in the rainforest. And relaxing is kind of like what you do. And to go hike because tourists go hike and disappear. They get lost in the rainforest, they get eaten or whatever. People die. But you can go with a guide. So we got there and we asked our guide, we're like, can we go on a hike? Can we take us on a hike? He says, well, we can't because at 4 o'clock, that's when the predators come out. So you have to be back by 4. It was already late in the afternoon. So no hiking because of the predators in the rainforest. And I'm like, that's awesome. He goes, well, there's one person will take you on a night hike through the jungle at night. And I'm like, but yeah, you just told us the predators come out at 4 o'clock, and we're like, what do you think? We're like, heck yeah, we're gonna go. So we go hiking through the rainforest. The guide is telling us, he's like, okay, you hear all the noise in the jungle. As long as you hear noise, you're fine. He says, but if all the animals stop making noise, there's a predator near. And here's what you do if there's a predator near. And he's telling us like what to do if there's like a tiger or a panther nearby. And it was scary, but it was so exciting. I just like that's our speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seems like you're going from one experience to the next. You said every couple days, but then you can't relax, right? But you don't want to relax.
I don't want to relax.
Okay.
I don't.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. Maybe you're addicted to just the energy.
Doing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's because I'm older. I relaxed better when I was younger. Believe it or not.
Doesn't it wear though? What about the wear on it?
I got this. I think because I'm getting older, I've analyzed this. That I think I don't have.
How you do it?
I don't have as much time left though. I mean, I might have a lot of time. Who knows?
Bucket list.
Thanks to cryogenics, I might live forever.
Yeah.
Please work. But I think the mindset for me is, I don't want to waste any days.
Yeah.
I don't want to look and be like, oh, I could have done something today.
Mm-hmm. Did you have that 10 years ago? Is that really starting to
It's
escalate now?
It's escalated more over time.
Okay.
I mean, I did it when I was younger. I toured for years and traveled for years, but I didn't have this pathological fear of like sitting in a lawn chair. I think now it's just I just want to always be doing.
No, it makes a lot of sense, and I wish I would hear more people say that. It seems like maybe some of your touring and traveling early got you warmed up, and you kind of knew about it, and now you don't feel afraid to just go around the world and go to different cultures and take that adventure, like you said before, the night adventure. You already broke in a bit. Now the world is your oyster to just go have a great time.
Yeah, we're traveling the world.
Really push yourself.
I'm finally not poor. I've been poor for a lot of my life, so the adventure, I mean, it's still an adventure, couch surfing, traveling on tour, like that's still an adventure, but it is limiting when you're in a town, you're like, I can't afford to do that, or I could afford to do that, but how's that going to harm my ability to put gas in the tank? And it's a whole different experience when you kind of have like a blank check. I don't have a blank check to buy a yacht or a jet, but I kind of have a blank check to buy an airline ticket and a
rainforest
tour,
and that too.
And that changes everything. That really opens up. And in fact, that's kind of the thing that I've been working really hard to be able to do is to get to this point. I've been planning on being able to do this for a while. So I worked hard, but now I'm doing it.
How long do you see this going on?
Oh, forever. I will never. You put this in ink. I will never have a home. I will never rent an apartment, buy a house ever for the rest of my life. I will travel until I fall over. I'm realistic. When I'm 80 or 70 or 90 or at some age, I'm sure I'll slow down.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure I'll spend more time in a place. I'm sure there's going to be a day where I'll enjoy relaxing for a day, taking a day off. That's going to happen. But I won't stop traveling. I'll just modify it.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. I think you're the first person that's put it that way and has that plan mapped out.
Well, here's what I've done. I got a lot of things I want to do in the world.
Yeah.
And I had to, because I'm 53, I prioritized them by age. Like, what things do I have to do when I'm younger? Like, I wanted to climb Kilimanjaro. That's one of my things. I'm strong, I'm healthy, 19,000 feet up over like 8 days. I can do that. I can hike up. I can't hike down. 3,000 feet of elevation down kills my knees. So I had Kilimanjaro at the top of the list. I got to do that one soon because I'm going to run out of time, and I didn't make it. And now that I didn't make it, I will never do it. So my knees aren't going to get better next year. So I've had to prioritize things based on, actually totally based on age. Like I want to ride. One of my plans is I want to go ride a horse across Mongolia. That's the plan, which I would like to do possibly next, not this summer, but the summer after. I'm going to take a break from the Euro Tour to go, hopefully, to Nepal and Mongolia. And then do some things now, because I won't be able to do them when I'm 60. I don't know if I can do it now. I don't know how to ride a horse, but I watched it in a movie, and it's on my list. But again, I've had to prioritize this, whereas like going to Fjordlands National Park in a helicopter, I can do that the last day of my life.
Sure. What about motorbiking? It's so common here in Asia. It's readily accessible. Okay, so you don't even have to have a license. You can just get it.
I had a motorcycle when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I I don't want to make all my biker friends hate me, but y'all are crazy. It is insane. When we went to Indonesia, we planned on this. We hey, we can rent a scooter for like nothing. You can get it on the island. We're like, this is amazing. We're gonna rent a scooter, and then we'll have complete freedom. And we got off the ferry, and we took a cab out to our resort, and within 5 minutes, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes into the cab ride, I was like, no fucking way I'm getting on a scooter here. It was insane. It was the craziest video game of our entire life in the back seat. I mean, it was white knuckling in the back seat. And I wasn't white knuckling for me because none of those scooters are going to hurt the taxi. All those, it was like the car was going in between and cars were passing, and And they don't have traffic laws. They have traffic suggestions.
Sure.
They're just loose. Like that line on the road is kind of like. I'm not really sure why it's there.
It's assisting. It's assisting you. It's guiding you.
I think it was put there just because you're supposed to put a line in the middle of a road. But we were like I mean, this is God's honest truth. I looked over at Adriana and I said, I could never ride a roller coaster again. Because any roller coaster I ever get on, it's going to be like, yeah, it's nothing like that cab ride in Indonesia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's scared. And I'm like, there's no way we're getting on a bike. I was terrified.
So you haven't been?
No.
Never in your life?
No, I used to own a motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
When I was younger. Yeah, and I loved dirt. I would go. Sorry, that's not true. I would ride a dirt bike all day. I love riding dirt bikes.
Okay.
You crash on a dirt bike, you break your arm.
Right.
That's
what about a motorbike like a 125 click, just riding around these soys or these like back roads around in neighborhoods?
It's because it's not the bike. It's the it's the person in the car that's bigger than you. That's what scares me. It's the
oh,
driving.
right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you could get seriously injured, even
biking,
if you're going slow speeds.
I love dirt. I mean, dirt biking's a blast. Like I would, if I had a kid, I would never let him own a street bike. But I'd buy him a dirt bike if they want it all day, because dirt bikes are rad. Because like I said, you crash on a dirt bike, you break your arm. So what? That just means you're having fun.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you're going to be having a lot of fun in the next 20, 30 years plus.
Hopefully, or longer, thanks to cryogenics. I'm still...
Right.
We're so close.
You believe in that stuff, huh?
I believe in it. I'm not religious. That is the only faith I have that there's life after death. That's my only
Well, there's
hope.
a lot of anti-aging stuff. NAD and peptides. I keep hearing about ketamine. Lots of these drugs are being used, stem cell, for new types of treatments.
I'm almost convinced that stem cells are not a placebo. I'm very close to buying into it. Just there's still a lot of research to be done. Ketamine, I did ketamine once. I went down the K-hole once. That was I'm so glad I did it. Never need to do it again. That was a while ago. But I did the whole It's
you need it under doctor's advisory guidance, whatever. Okay, maybe.
Or
maybe
either that or like some cute girl you met at a coffee shop.
Either way.
It also worked. I'm still here.
Either way. Well, let me ask you just a little bit about the Thailand or the Chiang Mai experience. How did you feel about the courses? I know you're not really trying to play so much disc golf right now.
I thought the course was good. For sure.
This is the Lana Rock Garden, and then you had the Gymkhana course. It's built on a golf course, but it's been, I think, upgraded significantly. And I used to think about it like, oh, it's on a golf course, kind of have that stigma. But I don't think that way about it anymore at all. I really love it. I love how they've curved the holes into some of the side of other golf holes and things like that. It's really cool, and I see it on the coverage of the Pro Tour too, so I know that's being done. And then you have one out here that's just totally in a park. There's all these different scenarios in which you can build one. How do you feel about the Lana Rock Garden? How do you feel about the Gymkhana course?
Yeah, they're both
in the mountains.
They're both good.
Okay.
They're both good courses.
Okay.
The ball golf course is a good ball golf course. I mean, there's only so much you can do because we generally want more trees.
Yes.
You're not going to find us on a ball golf course. You're going to have a wide open course, you can take most of the trees out of play on most holes. But that's not a knock on the course or the course design. That's just what happens when you put a disc golf course on a ball golf course. Ball golf courses are made for balls, and people spray their shots with balls more than we do. So it just needs more room.
Yeah.
This course out here is it's really fun. This is a great. I wish it was a little closer to town. The only thing it's going to miss out on some locals playing because it's a little bit of a haul.
Sure.
Which is unfortunate because this is from a recreational perspective, this is a great course.
Sure.
Because it's fun and there's water buffaloes that lick your frisbees.
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
I'm allowed to say frisbees.
Has the river and the mountains and some elevation changes. Yeah. It's more technical.
It's beautiful.
Technical. It doesn't require as much of an arm. I know personally, just from playing in the tournament, my arm was totally worn out. I'm just a forehand player, but totally worn out by the end of the tournament. I don't know how you felt. You probably have so much muscle built up in those areas. You didn't really get worn out by a tournament like that. But then I come out here and I feel like I can play 2 or 3 rounds in a day. It's no problem at all. Some people have an issue with hiking up and down some of the mountains, but that doesn't tend to bother me. How do you feel about a really long course versus something like this where it's shorter? You don't have to throw as hard. It's more technical. You kind of like that style?
Okay, I'm gonna try to answer this in a way where I don't sound like a complete ass. But I didn't really have to throw hard at that course yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, there's a couple long holes which I threw hard, but that was like twice around.
Okay.
The vast majority of those holes were still just pitches.
Okay.
So that's just, I throw far.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
So for me, like a 450 or 500 foot throw is a pretty. I'm not saying it's not hard, but I'm not like crushing it. It's not a distance throw.
And even on the second round, when you had to kind of bring it back out?
No, I thought it was a way because it's flat ground.
Yeah. You did a lot of rollers. I noticed when I was looking from
Yeah.
other holes, I saw you do rollers a lot.
It's not a hard course to play.
Okay.
It's very easy. It's flat ground. I mean, I'm so we talked about like getting older. Like
Yeah.
I would say I am easily in the best shape of my life.
Wow.
I mean, I suppose if you measured my stats, I probably was healthier when I was 20 just because I was 20. But by all other measures, cardio, muscle, like everything, I'm in the best shape
What
of
do
my
you attribute
life.
that to?
Diet and
Ketamine.
working out. No, not ketamine. That's one time. That was years ago.
What medicine are you taking?
No, it's no. I mean, I'm very careful with my diet. I work out. Like last year, I was in the gym 4 days a week, 2 hours a day, with eating almost zero carbs. Like I just am like you got to take care of yourself when you're older. I'm not going to be all preachy like you got to take care of your body. That's a bunch of BS. When you're in your 20s, you do whatever you want to your body. Your body is fine. You can handle it. Go enjoy your 20s. 30s you can still kind of enjoy, but by 50s you pay for everything. So when you get older, there's a massive improvement in quality of life. You could almost make the case that you have a worse life if you're healthy in your 20s because of all the things you're not enjoying.
Sure. A lot of stress.
In a sense,
a lot of
yeah.
unknowns.
Well, yeah, you're worried about your diet and your exercise. No, go
career.
party, go have fun, be an idiot when you're 20s. Like that's a better quality of life. But when you're older, you just can't do that. I've been overweight before, not a lot, but probably 30 pounds overweight, and like the difference between how I feel now and then is it's night and day. So that's probably the biggest thing. Is I am in the best shape of my life.
Yeah, so you're paying really close attention to
I don't drink.
your
By the way,
diet.
I don't
and
drink.
So you
I
don't drink.
smoke.
You don't smoke.
No drink. No smoke.
You said you eat healthy.
I eat
You
healthy.
stay away from carbs.
Yeah, I watch my weight.
What about vegetarian, vegan, anything like that?
No.
No, haven't gone that way.
Oh, we get the announcement the clinic's about to start.
Okay.
No, nothing like that. Nothing strict like that. No, meat's good for you.
Okay.
I love meat.
Okay, well, the clinic's about to start,
Sorry.
Scott.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's been a pleasure
I'm
having
sorry.
you out to join us at the Lana
Yeah,
Rock
absolutely.
Garden
It was great.
and
Thanks,
up
you
here in
guys.
Chiang Mai.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you all so
Really
much for having me. It's been